Salutations everyone, welcome to another Overwatch 2 beta video where today we are talking about the problem. And that problem's name is Jack Morrison, aka Soldier76. Is so busted in the beta. I know I'm not the first and I will not be the last to say it, and we have to have some nerfs incoming for this guy. I died right there. That's a crazy combo. The Sojourn friggin' black hole into slam. That's a lot of damage. People underestimate the damage of that Sojourn ball, whatever it's called. But that's actually the only time I die in this game. That is the only time I die in this game. I'm about to drop a nuke plus on these people as we full hold here on Route 66. And I mean, it might sound like a spoiler, but Soldier is just that busted. Soldier's also stupid strong in Overwatch 1 proper right now. He has been the best DPS for the last 2 years. He and Junkrat and Symmetra have kind of been problems in Overwatch for the past couple years. And because Soldier, he just kept getting buffs. He kept getting buffs. You get his rocket faster, and he gets no more bloom. It's insane. And so you would think that with a character that's so incredibly strong in Overwatch 1 right now, I mean, sure, maybe if, you know, the Overwatch League wasn't in Overwatch 2 and it was still in Overwatch 1, Soldier isn't meta, but in the bottom 96%, Soldier is unstoppable, especially on the high ground, because people love to ignore high ground Soldier 76s. And they still might in Overwatch 2. It's definitely still happens. I mean, I have free reign to do whatever I want in this Doomfist. There's nothing that he can do. Especially with the increased movements that DPS got in Overwatch 2. I don't know why they got that. They didn't need it. And especially with the character that's already insanely fast like Soldier 76. I mean, the dude's got sprint. He's just even faster and more unstoppable. And Sights is just the best ult in the game. Is just the best. It's already really strong, but now that there's only one tank, there's nothing that can stop him. Watch me get this 5-man because I can't be stopped. I mean, they don't give me the credit for the penta, but I mean, that was a 5-man. I put bullets in everybody there, and I almost put the last one in Doom to get the quad, at least for the soundbite of it. But I mean, he's super fast. He's got no bloom. His ult has 0 damage drop off. So it doesn't matter where your range is with this guy. And the burst with the Helix rocket is incredible. And with how weak that supports are, with that burst potential, it doesn't matter how much they self-heal. And I'm just, you know, if they're going to use Sights, I'm just going to blow them up. You know, that's just how things are right now. He's one of the few DPS that can really just shred a tank. Fighting tanks is so odd in this game because of how much tankier that they are. So our tank interactions with characters is going to be super different. You're going to have to wonder, you know, I'm a DPS. Should I be attacking the tank? Should I be attacking the support? Should I be dueling their other DPS characters? And if you're a tank, you're like, okay, how do I interact with the enemy's tank? Are they mobile? Are they not mobile? Am I mobile? Am I not mobile? And then Soldier's just on the high ground, just Helix rocketing and hitting everybody because he's got no bloom. All of his shots are just going to be perfect. And I'm not a Soldier player. I'm not a DPS player. And when I do play DPS, I do not play Soldier. This is the very first time in the beta I ever played Soldier 76. And he's just broken, guys. He's just broken. It's insane. This dude's got super speed. He's really good at range. He's really good close up. He's got burst. He's got self-healing with supporters, supports getting harassed and being so vulnerable. Soldier can kind of take a back seat and be like, I can heal myself, guys. It's totally fine. He can take those duels more often than other DPS consistently because he has that self-heal and he's got the mobility. When I see the Doom's going to come in, I can sprint away. I can get to high ground. If he's going to dive on me, because Soldier is one of the more diveable characters in Overwatch 1 for Doomfist and Wrecking Ball. He's one of the best targets for those two to attack because once he's jumped on, he doesn't have a stun and he's not going to be able to, try Helix Rocket, a Wrecking Ball really quickly and take him out, right? So Soldier is already really strong in Overwatch 1. Put him in Overwatch 2, and you can go 30-1 in a 5-minute game, that's insane. That is insane. I feel like blowing teams out happen more often in Overwatch 2, especially if there's a tank mismatch. Either the one tank is just throwing or really bad, or they just mismatch with the enemy team's composition. I feel like we're going to get a lot more blowouts, a lot more full holds, or just really quick games, especially with there just being just for the pure fact that it's only one tank. Those mismatches are going to be a lot more prevalent. And Soldier, I mean, he's got all the toolkit, right? He's got the mobility, he's got the burst, he's good at range, he's good close up, and he's got the self-healing, and he has the best ult in the game. So, I mean, I'm not the best person in the world to talk about, you know, how this character should be balanced. He's going to be an easy character to balance, so I don't think we should worry about that. Probably not as worried as we should be about Sombra. I think there's, you know, it's 10 times more likely that it'll be a Sombra meta in the Owl as opposed to a Soldier meta, but Soldier still could very well be useful on or be used in certain maps with certain comps, but it's going to be really hard to predict what's going to be going on just tomorrow in the Overwatch League. So we're all going to be looking forward to that, but the way things are right now, Sombra is insanely strong, and I don't see them not using her, and Soldier is insane. If it's not a super fast divey thing or like a Rein speed boosted death ball, then I think Soldier will be able to clean up even at the highest levels, just because his damage output is just way too consistent, and it's way too strong. Like, his valley is really high, and his ceiling is really high as well. So, I mean, this character, part of the reason why he's such a problem is that he's so strong, and it's so easy to get value from him, right? He's such an easy character to play. And if you take a look, again, take a look at Overwatch 1, Soldier 76 in Overwatch 1 right now, he out damages Bastion. Bastion in full sentry mode. You know, there's a couple reasons for this. You know, to get the best value out of Bastion, he's going to be, you know, wiping out a couple people, and then they're going to have to back off. And then, you know, he's typically most likely going to be on defense, not, you know, very much in like a, you know, like a King of the Hill map. But he's usually going to be on defense, and then he's going to slaughter, and then you're just going to have to wait. So there's a bit of, you know, run the Cassidy, because Cassidy's going to take damage from his own grenade. So if you're in that circumstance, just run at the Cassidy, especially if you have the ability, mobile ability like Soldier does. Run at him, that Cassidy's dead just as much as you are. So I feel like Cassidy also is really strong. People worried about him not having this done. I think the grenade is going to be way more consistent and a lot better for the lower levels. It's going to be worse for the higher levels because they're used to, you know, headshot, flashbang, headshot, or just flashbang, headshot, body shot to get a kill. But for people that don't have to deal with those type of characters, you know, your tracers or your wrecking balls that aren't as skillful and as annoying in the bottom 96%, Cassidy is just going to get a lot more value out of that grenade. But Soldier is also getting a ton of value. His damage output is just insane. It is much better than Bastion's, as well as in Overwatch 2. Bastion does have that potential to, you know, jump over a wall with his grenade, to just, you know, grenade jump and go over a building, go into his turret form, and get an easy triple. That is a thing that does happen for him. And just look how insanely magnetic that grenade is. But Soldier has pure consistency. He doesn't have to wait for anything to be on cooldown. And when he does have his cooldowns, the Helix Rocket is incredible. It's got splash damage. And he's really good against tanks, too. If it's an Orisa, he doesn't care so much about the damage mitigation because there's no shield in his way. That's the only thing you care about. Is he going to be pumping damage into her constantly, especially if you have a Zen rocking that Discord orb. Rein is the only thing that could be an issue for Soldier because he's the only one that has a sustainable shield to stop him. But Soldier also is the best against Reinhardt's shield because he just outputs more damage than anything outside of Bastion when he has his cooldowns ready. And Soldier's just going to be a lot more consistent, a lot more easier. He's also a smaller hitbox. He's a mobile character. He's got burst and self-healing, so he's going to have way more consistency and more damage output than even Bastion on a good day. And he's just going to be better at range. He can go to toe with more of the long-range hit scans than others because of what his kit allows and his damage output. I mean, he's got 30 rounds. People have been talking about limiting that to 25 maybe. It does so much against tanks, especially with there being only a few shields left in the game. You only have Reinhardt and Winston and Sigma left, and I guess, you know, Brig as well. But Soldier can kind of shred all of those. And if Reinhardt is at range, Soldier can poke that down with the rest of his team and really put the pressure on. Sure, he's not going to be able to dive the backline very well, but he can out-duel any of the DPS. Even a Sombra, if she gets the hack on him, if he even just gets the splash radius of his Helix, he's at least forcing her recall, if not killing her outright. And his ability to command high ground has always been incredible, especially when it's not being contested. And any other long-range hit scan that can duel him at range are going to be more vulnerable. They're going to be more vulnerable to the dive, to your Tracer, your Genji, your Doomfist, even your Orisa just running at them when she has all of her damage reduction ready to go. Soldier doesn't care about Doomfist. He's got no shields to stop him. He's got the mobility to avoid him. D.Va's defense matrix is only going to last so long, and her dive ability is going to put the pressure on him, sure, especially off of high ground, and that can be useful, but she's going to hurt for it, especially if Soldier isn't alone, which is not going to be the case because the other tank is going to have something to attack. And it doesn't really matter who it is. There's going to be more than enough pressure if there's a Soldier 76 a part of that equation. And that equation is imbalanced right now. We need to put some electrons on the other side to balance out this equation because Soldier 76, too strong.